Welcome to the exciting world of Xenoscape, where major changes have been happening over the last few months. In this devlog, we'll dive into some of the incredible updates that have transformed this game from a 2.5D to a 3D game. We'll explore the modeling process, changes to character code for displaying and animating these models, and some of the thrilling updates to abilities, including a brand new metal typing class ability. Last time we spoke, we established the game's mechanics and functionality, but we faced a unique challenge. Our game needed to offer players something truly distinct, something that would set us apart from the rest. We wanted the art style and gameplay to be unforgettable and leave a lasting impression on players. Inspired by games like Realm of the Mad God, we knew we wanted to incorporate a voxel fantasy style into our game, but we didn't want to settle for 2D or 2.5D. We wanted to create something truly unique. I was initially inspired by some of the old Realm of the Mad God voxel art advertisements. I thought these were really cool when I was a kid, and I took this look and went into designing the voxel art style for the world. We started off by creating a brand new Nexus area that serves as a testing ground for all new types of exciting objects. We also used this area to experiment with different lighting and environmental effects to create just the right look and feel for the game. Luckily, the Trials of Titan engine has a nice map editor pre-made, so we used this and we set out to create an entirely new world for players to explore. A new battle arena was created, and players can engage in PvP battles once this feature is fully up and running. Next, we began creating the 3D models of characters using magical voxel, and then animating these models in Blender. We made sure to stay true to the original characters in Xenoscape, but also added a few new elements like weapons and redesigned the appearance when necessary. It took a lot of effort to create 68 voxel models, and we found the process to be quite enjoyable. Once these models were complete, we imported them into Blender and painstakingly animated them using armature bones. It was a lengthy and intricate process, but the results were well worth it in the end. Each character was given a unique walk, attack, and wave emote that perfectly suited their individual style and personality. We even created a video to show how this process was done and how these characters were brought to life. Next, we added the models into the world, added the animations for these models, and added an outline so that they're easier to see. And here are a few of them in the world. The latest update to the game includes some new features. One of them is the ability to use both types and abilities on dual type characters. This means that characters with two types, like a plant and an earth type, can use both types of weapons and abilities, giving them a mix of playstyle. A character's overall feel is determined by three things: their stats, their weapon, and their abilities. Fused characters are a representation of both of their parent characters, both visually and in playstyle. This means that it's easier for players to create characters that combine the traits of the characters that they like. For example, if a player likes a plant character but also likes some of the aspects of an earth character, they can create a fused version of the two that combines traits from both of their parents. It is important to keep the abilities in the game simple while allowing for complex interactions with other abilities. For example, the new metal ability called Magnet is a simple ability that pulls enemies in towards the player's cursor and gives an attack speed boost. This ability can be used on its own for crowd control of enemies or to protect other players. However, it becomes even more powerful when combined with other abilities. For instance, if there are many enemies in a close group, the Fire and Earth ability classes can use their AoE abilities to deal damage to all of them at once. By using the Magnet ability first to group the enemies together, then the Fire and Earth abilities become more effective. This type of ability combination encourages teamwork and provides depth to specific classes. As time goes on, I've started to have a better grasp of what I want this game to be. I've had a lot of time to think over some of the core mechanics and how I'd like to structure the overworld. I've taken inspiration from the elemental planes in Dungeons & Dragons. In case you have not heard of these before, the elemental planes are an alternate dimension in the Dungeons & Dragons world that are entirely made up of one single element. There are typically 4 elemental planes: the plane of fire, water, air, and earth. Each of these planes is home to a variety of elemental creatures, as well as powerful elemental lords and other entities. In D&D lore, these planes are often considered to be both dangerous and wondrous, and adventurers may travel into them to search for powerful magical treasures and rewards. When the elemental planes overlap or intersect with each other, they create unique environments that are a mix of the present elements. So, for example, if you had the plane of fire and the plane of earth intersecting, adventurers would encounter an environment that's both blazing hot and rocky, with pools of molten lava and geysers of steam shooting up from the ground. Similarly, where they encounter the plane of water and the plane of air, they may find a stormy, watery realm with huge waves crashing against the sky. I want to create a world that is divided into 3 base elements, similar to the Dungeons & Dragons version of this. I'd like to use fire, water, and earth in mine, and where these elements overlap, they will create new areas like gas, plant, and metal biomes. I'm currently designing these areas, including the enemies that you'll face and the weapons you'll use, and the unique scenery that you'll encounter. I really appreciate all the support and feedback that I've received so far. My next major update will include an overworld that reflects this style, so make sure to subscribe to see it. I've also created a Discord channel with some amazing people where we can discuss the game or anything else. For the latest updates on the game, you can follow me on Twitter at Xenoscape2, and your support has been really motivating to me and has helped me make some great connections. If you have any ideas, comments, or criticism, or if you'd like to help with the art, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for being awesome, and I'll see you in a few months. This stuff takes forever, and I have a job. Peace, nerds.